Hey guys, so this is my 2 a.m. round. It's about 2:11 a.m. my time. That's Nigerian time, just in case. And this video is probably gonna go to my YouTube because I'm gonna be talking about something very, very interesting. And it's something that lots of people talk about so much. It looks like this is like something that is practiced by almost everyone. But to be honest, I think it's something that a lot of people lack. And the thing it's gonna be this thing is gonna be liberating for lots of people in 2026. And drum roll, it's boldness. Because I think this is something that lots of people lack. Like the best of the best of the best still have it hard when it comes to being really bold and stepping into the uncomfortable path, the uncharted path. And if you're a young person out there listening to me, I think this is something you should focus on even the more. Because take it for example, he's gonna know that this video is talking about him. So I told one of my friends, very humble guy, good guy, loves the Lord and all that. I told him, hey, he was sending an offer, and I said, hey, go meet up that lady and tell her that because it looks like she needs your offer or somebody within her siblings need your offer. Go sell it to her. And this dude was like, no, 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 what am I gonna do? What am I gonna tell her? I mean, she's a beautiful lady, and beautiful ladies sometimes intimidate guys, or ladies who carry themselves really high, not arrogant ladies, like ladies who know their worth, carry themselves really high and really lovely. They intimidate some guys. I'm like, yeah, just go sell your stuff to her. And he's like, no, I can't, I can't. I'm like, wait, 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 wait. I told him this. That it looks like, even though it's very obvious, that you are the person standing in your way. Because I see lots of young people saying, oh, Tacha or John, whatever they call me, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm confused about life. I don't have money. I'm broke. Teach me a skill. Show me what skill I can learn. And the first thing I do for most of them is like, tell me what you can do. Like, tell me what you can do. And surprisingly, most people around me have a skill or the other. And that's like the typical story of the average Nigerian person. There's something you have. Like, there's nobody who doesn't have something. And the ones around me, amazingly well. Like they've got something. They've got maybe a social media skill, like graphic design, video editing, or some sort of skill. And I'm like, you know what? Or they are probably very good active listeners, or they know how to write books, or they just love the Lord, and they do things, incredible things. And the first thing I tell them is, okay, what do you have? And they tell me a particular skill. I'm like, who can you sell this to? I'm like, okay. They're like, okay, cool. I can sell it to one at a time. I'm like, okay, cool. You know what? Go create an offer, regardless of how cheap it is. Just go create an offer, because what I'm trying to do with them is first, you know, restructure their mindset. It has their mindset has to go from lack, I'm a victim, something is wrong with me. I think I'm the wrong like I think I'm unlucky and all that. To a space where they begin to think, wait, I'm complete. I can do this. Just show me what to do and I'm gonna make it happen. I have the abundant mindset. I'm gonna thrive. I'm not a victim of my circumstance, regardless of where I came from. I could turn that difficulty, that hardship, poverty, or whatever infirmity or scarcity, I can turn it into abundance because I am complete. That's what I'm trying to do with them. I'm not trying to tell them that they are perfect because everyone is a work in progress and there are more skills they can learn. But I'm just trying to drive their mind into a state of abundance. That's where they can truly thrive. So I give them an assignment, go create something, try to sell something. And this guy comes up with an incredible offer, graphic design. I'm like, okay, good. You're gonna sell this and all that. And the guy was so scared. He wasn't scared, but he couldn't even speak to the lady. And I'm like, I met him another day. I'm like, have you spoken to this lady? He's like, no, I can't. I don't even have a number. And that's the same thing with lots of young people today. A lot of us, a lot of you guys, because I think I don't think I'm struggling with that anymore because I mean, I thrive. That's typically what I do, sales. Convincing someone else that they need something when I know they need it, or telling someone else, convincing someone else that they want something when I know they want it, or just bringing the product or services in front of someone who needs it and selling it, or bringing the product or services in front of someone who wants it and I sell it. So that's typically what I do. So I told you that story because it really portrays, the reality of a lot of people. Like sometimes a lot of people know exactly what they need to do. Like they know without an iota of that, they know exactly what they need to do, but they're not doing it. You know, sometimes they're held back by themselves. So your greatest enemy is you not being bold. Like, because to be honest, I've seen people who don't know how to do video editing, and a job came up, and because they stepped into the areas of genius and say, so you know what, I'm gonna do this. They took on the job and they made it happen. They expanded themselves. I've seen people who walked into a room where they would never had imagined that they would have the courage and confidence to walk into those rooms. They dared it, and life changed for them. you know if you are bold enough, this world truly respects and honors the brave, the bold, the courageous. We're in a world where the so-called content creators, the influencers, some of them put out very, very whack content, and the world celebrates them. Brand gives them brand ambassadorship deals, and they've got incredible money. And those who've got knowledge, who are reading books, have very solid knowledge, are behind the scene, and they're not doing anything. They're probably criticizing those people who are daring, being confident and courageous, even though they don't have a lot. They are probably criticizing them. And if you're one of those people who are critics more than action, takers, you've got to change in 2026. 2026 is that year where you dare the impossible. All of those things that you told yourself that you can't do, and all of those things that other people told you that you can never do. This is the year to dare it. And this is not the year to play small. To be honest, if you play small, you're gonna lose. Yeah, if you play small in 2026, you're gonna lose. And you saw the trend, coming into 2024, 2025, and 2026 now. The trend was the handwriting is so visible. Leaders, whether in politics or in business or anywhere, there's gradually a handing over. People are dying, people are retiring, people are seeing that, what, I think I'm old enough to just let go of this. And businesses are handed over to the bold and courageous. Politics is handed over to the bold and courageous. And, any mantles, anything, anyhow you want to believe it, things are happening. And you've got to be bold enough to step into any industry and make it happen for yourself. Your next big thing is going to happen because you're bold enough to say, you know what, I'm going to make it happen. So if you're someone who thinks that being poor or being humble is going to get you somewhere, it's not. Because why I say humble is because people have in this generation have so how would I say this? They've redefined what humility is, and they've taken what true humility is, and yet have attached it to being timid, to being shy as humility. There's no connection with timidity and shyness. There's no connection with that to being humble. Zero connection. True humility is in boldness. True humility is in boldness. I would dare to say that most people who are shy and timid are proud people. Because tell me, how else? You've got a gift, something to offer to the world, and you're not doing it. Like, aren't you a proud person? Like, aren't you an arrogant person? Like, you've got something you can offer to the next person because you've got a skill, and now you've packaged that skill into an offer. Go give it to somebody, it could change their lives. And you're like, no, I'm shy. That's arrogance. You know, you've got to take the bull by the horn, make it happen. Sometimes because of the past stories, the past events, you're using that to define who you are. I'm telling you, like, that's not gonna work anymore. You've got to shake off that dust, shake off everything that every other person have told you, all the negative words and everything you've heard, and begin to leave, turn a new leaf. 2026 has to be that year that you make that move, that bold move. And this is the year. This is that year. And you've got to be bold and courageous. I hope this Sooth 20 a.m. brand maybe gives you a perspective to how you can make 2026 one of the best years ever for yourself. And if it has, good for you. If it has not, watch this video again because I'm sure you're going to find something. And this is probably going to be on YouTube. So like, subscribe, share this video to somebody who needs it. And if you're the one who needs it, download this video. Just keep this video on replay because it's really going to transform your life. Cheers to being bold and courageous in 2026. I'll see you guys next time.